Welcome to American Popular Song Today, changing the way you listen to music. This week we're talking about Ed Sheeran's hit tune, Perfect.
Maybe I'm dancing in the dark.
What is it about this song that makes it sound so romantic? And why is it one of the best loved tunes on the radio right now? We'll do as Ed Sheeran suggests and just dive right in.
Darling, just dive right in.
But first, I'll give you 10 seconds if you need to use the bathroom or get a snack. Go! Yes, I did bring enough for everybody. Relax. What is it that makes Ed Sheeran's hit tune sound so romantic? The biggest reason has got to be the slow tempo in 12/8 time. All that means is that we count to 4 slowly, but there are 3 pulses in each beat. This, ladies and gentlemen, is romance. It's been passing for romance for 65 years. This thing is collecting Social Security. But because of it, we can draw a straight line back from Perfect to the best love ballads of the 1950s and 60s. In that period, there were major hits practically every year that used this groove to convey romantic love, ingraining itself into the musical language of American popular song. Just a few examples, starting with Earth Angel from 1954. Listen for the 12/8 groove.
Earth angel, earth angel, will you be mine?
Was that Michael J. Fox? Here's another example from around the same time. This is the Platters.
Only you can make all this world seem right.
16 Candles, 1958.
16 candles make a lovely light, but now
Don't think the romantic 12/8 groove was limited to doo-wop. We danced to this hit from 1960 at our wedding.
at last my love has come along.
In 1961, Elvis Presley came out with this.
Take my hand, take my whole life.
A couple years later, in 1965, the Righteous Brothers released probably the most romantic song of all time, Unchained Melody.
Oh, my love, my darling.
Fun fact, no fewer than 4 versions of that song hit the charts 10 years earlier in 1955, but none of those were in 12/8, and I promise none of those played at your wedding. Here's just one of the 4, this one by Baxter.
Oh, my love, my darling, I've hungered for your touch.
It's a little creepy, isn't it? It wasn't until the Righteous Brothers locked Unchained Melody into the magic 12/8 groove in 1965 that it became the timeless classic it is today.
Oh, my.
It's like I said, this is romance. I think I've made my point. Okay, one more, Percy Sledge, 1966.
When a man loves a woman, can't keep his mind on nothing, yeah.
Now I've made my point. Those are just a few major love songs that use the 12/8 groove to convey romantic love. I'm sure you can think of others. Please put in the comments any that come to mind. Now let's listen again to Perfect.
I found a love for me. Darling, just dive right in.
Do you hear it? When I listen to Perfect, I don't just hear Ed Sheeran, I hear the Platters and Elvis Presley and the Righteous Brothers, all wrapped up into the DNA of Ed Sheeran's new hit. On a subconscious level, we all hear it. That's how the song works. It's why a purely instrumental version of Perfect would sound like a love song even if we didn't have those great lyrics and Ed Sheeran's sexy voice. But being conscious of the connection between Perfect and its predecessors makes listening to Perfect a multi-dimensional experience. It's just so much better. That's the kind of joy I want everyone to have. What else can we hear? I love the way the chords change with different frequencies in different sections of the song. In the verse, the chords change every 4 beats. Listen.
I found a love for me. Darling, just dive right in.
In the chorus, it's every 2 beats.
Baby, I'm dancing in the dark with you between my...
And finally, after the chorus, in the turnaround, it's every beat.
Darling, you look perfect tonight.
Those differences in frequency help make the different sections of the song sound fresh and interesting, and it's something else to keep an ear out for when you're listening to music, particularly when you're thinking about how the different sections of the song distinguish themselves. I want to get to some things that maybe could have been improved in this number, but first let's have a shout out for its greatest asset, melody. Even among the poppier hits of today, Perfect is unapologetically melodic in a way that few other songs are.
Dancing in the dark, you between my arms.
Those beautiful descending lines, it's practically bathing in the melody. Why do I say it's so much more melodic than the competition? Imagine Perfect with nothing but the melody. Just Ed Sheeran singing, solo, a cappella, no musical accompaniment whatsoever. The amazing thing is it works. It's pretty self-sufficient. The musical accompaniment is nice, but it's not essential to the melody's success. The same cannot be said of the melody that Maren sings in the middle, or that Ariana Grande sings in No Tears Left to Cry, or even that Camila Cabello sings in Never Be the Same. Try singing one of those songs a cappella in front of a crowd that doesn't already know the song, and it'll be a little awkward. All of those songs have melodies, but I wouldn't call them melodic in the way that Perfect is. They can't stand alone the way that the melody in Perfect can. By the way, we've discussed all of those songs on American Popular Song Today, and I encourage you to watch and subscribe. I'll put links to those videos in the description below, and I'll put a little pop-up card here that links to the American Popular Song Today playlist. Teddy and I always like to offer constructive criticism, as if the song hadn't been released yet to millions of people and there was still time to make changes. Doing this helps everyone understand that a song does not come to the writer fully formed. Decisions are made. Sometimes good decisions, sometimes... Let's look at the introduction. If you're all caught up on APST, you know that I'm a big fan of a short introduction. The introduction here is about as short as it could be, just the organ holding out that chord like a sustained bell tone.
I found a love.
I know I should be happy, but I just keep thinking, why does this song need an introduction at all? Ed, you have the most melodic song of the year. Just let your voice cut into the silence and bring the band in on the downbeat. This is a song that literally needs no introduction. Keep in mind that the introduction here serves no purpose. It's not quieting down the crowd. It's not introducing the melody or the rhythm. It's barely setting the mood. An introduction that serves no purpose is superfluous. You may ask, why am I so worked up about this one little sound? Surely it doesn't take that long and no one else has complained about it. It all comes back to hearing more in the song. When I listen to Perfect, I don't just hear the song, I also hear what the song might have been like if other decisions had been made. That's the kind of joy I want you to have. Don't be afraid to imagine how the song might have been different. Now, we usually offer multiple criticisms, getting more and more worked up about some careless decision the writers made or some evidence of sloppy writing. What I haven't mentioned is that Teddy rolled around in something earlier today, and it doesn't smell too good here in the home studio. Bath time is imminent, and so I think it's that time. Next week, Ella May's top 10 hit, Boot Up. It just won't stop. Give it a listen this week, and we'll see you next time. And don't forget to subscribe. Subscribing makes you feel good inside, so don't forget to subscribe to our channel. And maybe tell a friend or share one of our videos on social media.